we're gonna do it again.
Hey,
Okay, so we are live. We're live. Jacqueline, we're finally live. I'm so happy to have you on the platform on the Spotlights on You podcast today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Could you start off with an introduction of who you are, where you're from, and your business title? Take it away.
Hi, Dr. Rogers. Thanks for having me. I am Jacqueline Primrose. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I am a health wealth educator.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much again for showing up for us today so that we can let the world know who you are. And I'm going to ask you a few questions. We want them to know what you do and how you serve humanity. And my first question for you today, Ms. Jacqueline, is what was the driving force behind starting JP Enterprises, health and wellness, as a health and wellness educator? Take it away.
All right, that's a good question. I had to think about that a little bit, but I empower women and entrepreneurs, but particularly women in their 50 or later, closer to retirement age. And I do that because of my experience that I have, where I've been 30 years in pharmaceuticals, another 15 years in the tech boom, and I experienced all of that. And it caused me to have some issues in my health. And I realized after doing all of that that health is expensive. It costs to go to doctors. It costs to, pay for bills and get medicine and those sorts of things. And so if your health fails, what are you going to do? Where are you going to get the money to pay for that? So I felt that after I had to rebuild my health, other people out there may want to learn how they can do the same thing and have balance between their health and wealth.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. I agree with that 100% that we definitely need to have balance when it comes down to our health. And I've heard it said so many times that our health is our wealth. So, with that, I would like to know if, I would like to know if you can tell us, can you break down the five pillars: health, energy, alignment, restoration, and transformation? I would like for you to break those down and explain how they all work together in 2 minutes.
All right. So heart. Heart is just like you said, health, energy, alignment, restoration, transformation. Your health is very important. That is your foundation towards everything. Without your health, what's the point in doing anything else? Because you would not be here to do it. And then energy is how are you showing up, in the world? Are you dragging? Do you have the visibility skills? Do you have the tech skills and all those types of things that'll help you to have a cohesive presentation or a cohesive business? And then alignment is what you're presenting in alignment with your goals and with your values. And then restoration. Even if you're working all these things and you have the HEA under your wraps, you need to work on yourself because you have to build yourself. And sometimes we have to rebuild ourselves with energy and vitamins and nutrients and all that we need in order to have all we need in order to carry these goals and missions out. And then transformation is really important because once you have those things under your wraps, you can see yourself in a new light. You have a restored mind. And so you're thinking about things in a new way and you're helping others. So you're paying it forward. So there's the heart method.
Awesome, awesome. Love how you brought all of that together. Yes, absolutely. So now my question is, why is it critical then to address physical health and business wealth? How does those two things go together? Physical health and business wealth simultaneously for long-term success. How
Okay.
is that important?
Thank you for asking that. It is very important to address this as you go along because what happens in a lot of cases is we focus so much on the business that we eventually want to sit down and focus on the health, or we get knocked down and have to focus on the health. So we don't want to get knocked down towards the end and have to focus on the health. So what you need to do is incrementally add healthy habits into your life as you go along. And eventually you will see that you are at a pace where things are not falling apart. Your blood pressure is managed, you're eating right, you're not having spikes in your blood sugar, you're hydrated, you're doing all the things, but you're also you have the sustainability to actually do the business. Because if you're not healthy, you won't be able to put all of you into your purpose. It won't come through right because you're so busy trying to prop yourself up, and you won't have anything to pour into other people.
Wow, that's right. I've heard that a lot of times. You can't pour from an empty cup.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you can't pour from it. You have to. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I've been doing a little exercise myself because as we age, and as you relate to health, as we age, and that's one good thing about it. We need to definitely make sure our bodies are staying in movement. You know, all the
I
time,
know, I
all the time.
agree. And it's not always easy to do that because we're so busy. We don't really want to stop what we're doing to take time to do that. But I'm learning from you and from other people that, you have to put systems, that's the word, systems in place
Yeah,
so that you don't have to be hands-on with everything. I'm learning that so that you have the time to take that walk, you have the time to
yeah.
hydrate, you have the time to go to the gym. But if you don't learn how to do that in a systematic way, then something's going to give.
I agree. And a lot of times, we have the time. A lot of times sometimes we just don't want to do it. I
That's
know
true.
I'm guilty
That's
of that
true.
for myself. And you're right. It takes strategy, it takes planning, and it just takes a commitment, just like anything else. It takes a commitment to do exercise and to stop long enough to do exercise, like you said, because so many other things are pulling on us in so many directions. And it's just, for some reason, it's just human nature a lot of times for entrepreneurs, for business owners, for family members, for mothers, fathers, to just put themselves first.
Yes. Yeah.
Put themselves first. That's huge. And that's something a lot of times we put everybody else. And then we put us on the last, on the back burner, as they say.
Yeah,
So
that's so
yeah.
true. Yes.
So with that having said, what is one simple how let me ask you this question. How do your strategies help entrepreneurs protect their legacy and family through the LTC planning? And first of all, I want to ask you this. What is LTC planning?
Oh, okay, so I'm glad you asked about that. So long-term care, that's what
Okay, got
LTC planning is. I'm sorry. LTC planning is really critical. And it's something that we, again, like when we don't stop to take time to pour into ourselves, we also don't stop to take time to pour into our future self. So we're all going to get to an age where we may have to depend on someone to help us with certain
you.
things, maybe some ADLs we won't be able to do. And when I say ADLs, I'm just talking about like maybe we can't walk, maybe we can't get to the bathroom by ourselves and that sort of thing. But of course, we are doing the best we can to prevent that by pouring into ourselves health wise. But there may come a time when we need to have not only extra help from our family or friends, but we need extra money to pay for those things because long-term care is astronomically expensive. It's getting so expensive. It's like about $90,000 for a nursing facility if you stay there full time, and that's not a private room. And so it's very important for us to pour into our future self. And I can help you with that with all of the different tools that I have. I have planning tools, savings tools, debt management tools, investing tools that I can help you with to help you to strategize for your future self. Just don't forget about that.
So those are the strategies, some of the strategies that you mentioned, the tools, different things that you could help people get through. And could you elaborate on that just a little bit more? I like that.
Sure.
The
So
strategies that you use to help us protect our legacy.
yeah, so one of the biggest ones is just taking a look at where we are, like a roadmap for our finances. We have a financial strategy session. We sit down and, we look at, what is coming in, what's going out, what are your goals, your current goals, your intermediate goals, your long-term goals? What policies do you have in place that might pay for that long-term care going forward? Do you have a term policy? Do you understand what policies you have? We can explain all of those things to you. Recently I've been talking to a lot of people who are running into issues with wills and trusts. We can help you with that, because what happens is we don't plan for it, but when we're
Mhm.
not here and the
Yeah.
family has to make decisions, it's
Yeah.
chaos. It's chaos. And so I have tools to help you sit down and put a plan together, to put a trust together. And we have one solution that's very economical, where a trust is included in your life insurance. And so
Awesome.
there's other things like that that you can do. It may not be your only source of insurance, but there might be other sources, but that's one that will get the trust taken care of. So we do have tools like that. And there's very many more, because I partner with several, over 100 different companies who offer several different solutions for anyone from zero to the grade. Well, I won't say to the grade, but zero to 80. So
Well,
we can definitely help you with that.
well, I think that's good. I heard you when you said you have plans that that has the trust implemented inside of that plan. So is that a financial plan, and that includes the once you invest, make investments or whatever, set up a financial uh, planning program with you, then you would introduce them to that part, the particular plan that includes the estate planning. Am I correct?
Yes, yes, that's correct. We would sit down and, like we say, we do that strategy. And from that strategy, we determine what your need is. So you may not need $1 million worth of insurance. You may only need $50,000 worth of insurance, whatever. But we will also incorporate the solution that gives you the $50,000 plus the trust. And that's such a very minuscule amount to pay when you talk about how much trust can cost and how much attorneys can charge for trust, which can be out of
Mm,
pocket over $5,000. So we definitely are very, I'm very happy to partner with companies that can offer that. And so the strategy is very simple. It's your debts plus minus whatever medical expenses you might have, and then your mortgage, and 10 years of your income. And then you also will take care of any education expenses that you have for any children you have that are under the age of 18, because you want them to go to college or have a trade or something. So that's the amount of insurance that we calculate that your need is. Then the older
awesome.
you get, the less you need, because you don't have as many dependents. Hopefully you're not, they're not coming back bringing more children, which happens. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but the older we get, the less responsibility we should have. So we don't need as much insurance. But the younger people under 50, they definitely need to start thinking about that and thinking about, how much do I really need? And if I'm not here today, do I want my leftover spouse, whoever that person might be, the wife, the husband, to be able to fend for themselves for the next 10 years? And so we put a strategy together to cover all of that, including the trust.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So with that, that's awesome, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it. You heard it. You heard it. She said some very powerful things there, and I know a lot of us do definitely need to ensure that those trusts are set up, and the living wills and the wills and all of that stuff. And listen to Jackie. You all have the answer, and all you have to do is schedule with her. I'm sure she's gonna. Do you have a website address or a phone number or something that you would like to uh, put?
Yeah, I do have a website. It's jpewellness.com. And let's see, I can put in the chat and maybe you can post there or something. I'm not sure how to get
Okay,
it.
it's jpewellness.com. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, hopefully by the end of the session you'll be able to drop it somewhere.
Oh,
Maybe, and that's why I was telling you about your name. That's so important. And I'm sorry, but I wanted to get that
that's
website
right.
down there
I
so
do
they can
see that.
see it, and the website will follow. That's just a nugget for everybody. When you're doing videos like this, recordings, always put your website down under your name. You can always update your name, and you always change it back. And then that way, that this wherever this video goes, because we will be sharing this video out. This is one thing Unity and Service does. We share this content out. We save this content on our website. We're videoing on YouTube now. Why? Because people need to know what each and every one of us are doing as entrepreneurs. And if we don't tell them, nobody knows that you do it, and they're going to go somewhere else. So I'm so happy that you're here today sharing this valuable information. And I am in the process of updating my estate planning as well. So just so you'll know,
Oh, wonderful.
that
That's
goes for
awesome.
me
I can
too.
definitely help
And that
you.
goes, and I
Yes.
do it, and I'm doing it with the children, because the children
Okay.
need to know what's going on. A lot of times we parents, we do things without them, but I believe that the trust, setting that stuff up, pulling all that paperwork out, pulling all the bills and all of the credit card, whatever you got, they need to know where it is. That's my story, and I'm
Yes.
sticking to
You're
it.
right. You're right. Yes. That is so great. I commend you for that. Absolutely.
Thank you. So my last question for you before we close, I have another question I want to ask you.
Okay. Sure.
And that is, can you leave us with one simple habit that a business owner can start today to begin storing balance in their life? One simple habit a business owner can start today that will assist them in restoring balance in their life. Take it away. Over to you.
So, one simple habit that you can do today that will help you with this restoring balance is every morning take time for yourself. If you put yourself first, everything will go well. Take time to pray, put it out there, the things that you need. And when you're praying, everybody doesn't always pray to the same God, but whatever you're praying, it goes out into the universe. You're expressing the things that you have that you would like to line up for that day. So take time to let that be one of the first things you do in the morning is breathe in the possibilities and exhale the negativity. And if you can do that for, like 2 minutes even is a great start because, and I'm going to say this is a side note too. We are so bombarded with negativity all day long. We have social media, we have news, we have Fox, we have this, we have that. And we have to really guard our peace and we have to guard our minds. So I believe in taking time for ourselves and actually meditating or praying first thing in the morning. And I think that you will be surprised how things start to line up for you when you do that.
I think that's a great suggestion. And I want to say thank you for that input.
Thank you.
And I must say, I agree, because every morning, even before I get up, I read my little Bible. Everything we need is on our phone. All
Yes,
the
yes.
apps that I use for social media is on my phone.
The
The Bible
Bible
is on
is
my phone.
definitely there.
We take
Yes,
those phones with us 24/7 wherever we go. And there's no reason why we can't just stop long enough, just like you said, and pour into our spiritual man, because our
hmm
spiritual being is just as important as our finances and our health. It all comes together. It's a
yes,
cycle, you know.
yes.
So I just want to say thank you so much for this valuable information that you shared today, because I
Thank
don't
you.
think we could ever get too much information as it relates to being inspired to delve into our pocketbooks and delve into our bank accounts, delve into everything that we have, and just look at it as a whole so that we'll know what we can leave our family members, what we have to use while we are right here. We have
Yes,
to know. We have to know, because the last thing anybody wants to do is not have the funds to meet
yes.
the needs of their physical needs. And so with that, I want to say thank you again for joining us today. And
Thank you so
if you
much.
could say that website again,
That website again is jpewellness.com. jpewellness.com.
that's jpewellness.com. And I would like to know if you have an affirmation you'd like to close with.
I would like to use an affirmation. The main thing that I would like to say is believe in yourself and be yourself because everybody else is taken. So they'll just
Oh, wow. Okay. I like that. And I'm going to leave one too.
all
Whatever
right.
y'all do, love yourself. And
Yes,
everybody else got to get in line. That's my spirit.
absolutely.
I'm sticking to.
I like
And with
that.
that, again, lastly, thank you so much, Jacqueline,
Thank you.
Primrose for being with us today. She'll be speaking at our upcoming event on July the 31st. If you click the link right here at the bottom, the link right there, you can go to that bottom link, networking2026.eventbrite.com. Get your tickets, come to the event. She's going to be sharing some more valuable information, as well as we have 14 other speakers that will be sharing their information as well. Come ready to drop your links in the chat and be ready to walk away with the content, with the email list, so that you too can follow up and share your expertise. Also, we will have a two powerful breakout sessions. So again, bring your links, anything you have going on. Be ready to make some genuine, great connections at any of the events that Unity and Service provide. And in my closing, I'm going to tell you, Jackie, if you point that her website is right below, Jackie, right there, point down there by your website, right there by your name. If you put your finger down there, put your finger by the other one, by your name, right over there, by your name. There it is. There it is, jpewellness.com, jpewellness.com. Ladies and gentlemen, check out our website, and most importantly, come to the event and get to meet her one-on-one. And we're going to also have some valuable tools to share with our audience on that day. With that, I love you all, and we look forward to seeing you all on July the 31st.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Networking with Unity and Service. Take care. Bye-bye.